Although I will not be going off of color alone as a Black American, that I will defend, because there are so many haters that are known, so many haters that are unknown, so many haters that are hidden and lured into their way of thinking. But that doesn't stop me from protecting who I am and where I come from. But when I do my walk, it will be done in a different manner and not based off of religion, isms, colorisms. It will be based off of personalities, behavior, and I will have a strict requirement. It's gonna be strict. It's gonna be strong. Okay, I'm going to share this to hold myself accountable and continue to edit this until I get it to my liking. I live between city and state and another city and state, and I'm sending this letter to Congress, the White House, and state leaders in both places. There have been functioning, thriving Black communities that were wiped out, and that history is exactly why these instincts are now right now. So I feel as though after reading and doing the video about the Muslim community and the Jewish community in New York, I said, you know what? Actually, Black Americans need something specific. And although mine is going to be a little bit different because of my background as a military spouse, and because some of the people I see, just going by skin color, look nothing like my mother or my grandfather or my uncle. And it just claiming just because, whatever. That's neither here or there. But this here, what I'm asking for, I'll put it in a way where it will benefit all, all Black Americans, and within their communities, to run their communities the way they want to run them. And the main reason I said it needs to be something specific, because even though we have communities like the Jewish community, the Muslim community in New York, there were communities that were burnt down, that was Black communities, and they were not protected. So it needs to be a specific law for Black Americans, and I'm asking for it for me to protect myself as who I am, and someone else can fall under that category if the law is passed. And the reason I say that is because of okay, did I say that I'm sending this to Congress, the White House, and the state leaders in both places of the states that I'll be in? There have been functioning Black American communities like Seneca Village in New York City, a predominantly Black land owning community in what is now Central Park. Residents had homes, churches, and a school. The city used eminent domain in the 1850s, forcibly removed people, demolished the village, and then built the park on top of it. You can find that in Wikipedia if you want more information, or just Google it. Tulsa's Greenwood, Black Wall Street in 1921. A white mob backed by local authorities burnt 35 city blocks, killed hundreds of black residents, destroyed more than 1,200 black homes, and wiped out a dense cluster of black businesses and institutions. This here is on the National Geographic. The next one is Rosewood, Florida, and other massacres. Rosewood, 1923, and similar attacks saw white mobs kill black residents and burn entire towns, driving survivors away permanently and erasing wealth and safety that had taken decades to build. So when black people did build strong communities, they were often met with state power plus mob violence, not protection. And so the reason I'm arguing for Black American specific protection, most current hate, crime, and civil rights laws are written as neutral. They cover race and religion in general, not American black people in particular. And in practice, they've often been enforced when the victims are black. That's why I'm saying laws that exist on paper for everyone haven't stopped repeated destruction of black communities or delivered equal safety. I'm not saying to copy and paste the model from Jewish or Muslim groups. I'm saying their organizing shows what's possible when law and political will show up. And Black Americans deserve protections that directly match the historical pattern of targeted burn downs and displacement. So, a black specific community protection law using things like Seneca Village, Tulsa, Rosewood as receipts. A few concrete demands, such as a law, could include automatic federal investigation when black communities are attacked, protection for black businesses, districts, limits on using eminent domain to wipe out historic black neighborhoods. And so the subject for my letter, and I have to clean it up and think about it according to my business plan. Urgent need for federal legislation to protect historic and emerging Black American communities. We'll start with dear members of Congress and honorable elected officials. I am writing as a concerned Black American citizen to urge you to introduce and pass federal legislation specifically designed to protect black communities, both historic and emerging, from displacement, destruction, and targeted violence. Throughout United States history, Black Americans have built functioning, self-sufficient communities only to see them wiped out or dismantled through a combination of mob violence, government policy, and neglect. From Seneca Village in New York City to Greenwood, Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Rosewood, Florida, and many other communities. Black neighborhoods that created their own schools, businesses, and institutions were destroyed, their residents scattered, and their wealth erased. This pattern is not an abstraction. It is a repeated, documented reality. Current civil rights and hate crime laws are written as race neutral and religion neutral. In theory, they protect everyone. In practice, Black communities have often experienced inconsistent enforcement and insufficient protection. Laws that exist for everyone have not prevented the historical and ongoing targeting of black neighborhoods, nor have they adequately repaired the damage done. I'm calling for a new black-specific federal framework that recognizes this unique history and provides concrete protections for black communities that are trying to build safe, self-determined lives. Such legislation could include, but not be limited to, the following elements: protection of black community districts and institutions, federal recognition of historic and present-day black neighborhoods and business districts as areas of special concern, heightened penalties and automatic federal review when churches, community centers, schools, and business corridors that primarily serve black residents are targeted by violence, arson, or coordinated harassment. Dedicated funding for security improvements, community-led safety programs, and rapid recovery when attacks occur. Limits on destructive use of government power. Stricter federal standards and oversight when eminent domain zoning changes or major infrastructure projects would displace historically black neighborhoods or business districts. Requirements for genuine community consent, transparent impact assessments, and robust mitigation or relocation support if disruption is unavoidable. Support for Black-led community safety structures, grant programs and technical assistance to help Black communities create lawful neighborhood safety organizations similar to other organized community patrols that already cooperate with local law enforcement. Funding for training in de-escalation, legal rights and limits, first aid, youth engagement, and data collection. So safety is rooted in community care, not vigilantism. Data enforcement and accountability, mandatory tracking and public, so it goes on and on and on and on, and the beat goes on. I got a lot of stuff here to redo and edit before I send it out. Close to the bottom here, it says, I'm asking you to publicly commit to developing and supporting legislation that directly addresses the protection of Black communities from displacement and targeted destruction. Convene hearings that center historians, legal scholars, local Black leaders, and survivors from affected communities to help craft the most effective protections. Blah, 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 blah. I appreciate your attention to this urgent matter. I would welcome the opportunity to provide further input, share additional research, or participate in any public forums you may hold on this topic. Sincerely, it'll go my name, and then I have, they will give me certain people from Congress, Senate, Republicans, Democrats, Independents to include which people to contact, whether it be via the internet, by email, whether it be by mailing it in, like that. All right, just sharing.